What's going on, successors? Welcome to the Speak Your Success Show. We are live, we're live, we're live. I'm your host, Jonathan Jones, and today is March 17th. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Happy birthday to producer Britt, producer Britt. Come on out here. Come on out here. Y'all, today is Monday
Hey!
Momentum. We amped up producer Britt. I'm sorry I took your shine. Go ahead. Tell your mama happy birthday. My
No,
bad.
no,
Go ahead.
no.
Tell your
Go
mama.
ahead. Go ahead. I was looking for. I got so many pictures. But, Mama, happy birthday! I love you, Mama. Her name is Carla Turner. She's from St. Louis, Missouri. She looks amazing. And I love my mama. I wouldn't be here without her. I love you, Mommy. I love you.
Shout out to Mama. Yeah, shout out to Mama. And she is a faithful supporter of the show.
Yes,
You
she
know
well,
what I'm saying?
okay, Jonathan. This is what she does. So but she has an iPad, she got the phone, da 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 da, all the gadgets. But she watches it on her TV. She puts the
Okay.
show on the TV. That's her show. Like that's how she watches us.
Oh, I love that. That's
Yeah,
special. That's
Mama be
special.
supporting. Mama be supporting. She always
Mama be
support
out
her
here.
baby.
Shout
Yes.
out to Mama. Shout out to Mama.
There go my
Monday moment.
mommy.
Oh.
There she
Oh,
is.
okay.
She's so cute.
Oh man, love
She's
to see it.
adorable.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's my mama. That's my mama. Okay,
All right.
so you ready for this news? You ready for this?
Come on. Bring the tea.
All
Bring the
right.
tea.
So
Okay, let's
not
go.
a lot of tea, but it's March Madness.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh
we
yeah.
have the men. They already kicked off, but we have the women. And they kick off on Friday. Okay. No, no, no.
Yeah.
Some games start
Okay.
on Wednesday. I'm sorry. Some games start on Wednesday, and then just going throughout the week. But
That's true.
you watching
Mm-hmm.
Juju?
I am going to tap in a little bit more this year than I have in previous years
Mm-hmm.
because it's just something about March Madness. Even with like the play-in games, and you see it live, you see the action happening, you see that shot, you see
Mm-hmm.
it's just something about the energy with March Madness. It's different. So this year
Nothing.
I'm gonna tap in at least to a couple of games, producer Brick, because
Uh-huh.
I know a couple of hoopers out there. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
support.
Yeah, you
I'm gonna
tapped
support. I'm
in.
gonna support.
You tapped in
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm ready to see Juju. I'm ready to see South Carolina. There's 68
Mm,
teams. I'm not a bracket player, men or women, but
for sure.
if you know how to play that bracket and if you get it right, good luck all to you bracket players out there.
Crazy,
So
crazy.
crazy. Y'all predictions, y'all be on it. So I'm amazed to see who wins the bracket this year. It'll be great.
I'm with you on that. And I never understood. Like, I mean, I get it, the upsets happen, but I still never understood.
Mhm.
Like, how do people actually really win? Like, how do you know that this person's gonna
That's what
upset
I be
this person?
thinking.
That's gonna happen. I'd be like, nah, it's too much. It's too
Yeah.
much. How you
Yeah.
know? I don't know.
Yeah. It's too much. Okay. Next we got on the list, Jonathan. Sad day. I'm
Hmm.
31, forever 21, but
Okay.
I don't shop here anymore because I'm 31. But back in the day, high school, early college, this was the place for us. And this is
Huh.
not their
Okay.
first time declaring bankruptcy, but their second time
I
declaring
didn't know that.
bankruptcy. So I know the one in Grapevine Mills Mall, that one is closing down. And I think they're slowly but surely all stores will be permanently closed. Well, by
Mm,
the international stores remain, but they're still, affected here and there by no
okay.
business. So, were you a Forever
All
21
right.
shopper? They got a men's
I
section. Were you in
Forever 21, H&M, they would get a little bit of my coin. I just need
there?
like a little shirt or something. Wasn't
Right,
trying
right,
to spend
right,
too much money. Because, I worked at True Religion. Then I
right,
go over there, get a little shirt, little,
right.
something light.
You
I just
gotta
need
mix
something
it
quick.
up. Designer on the bottom, little Forever 21 on the top, because you're not,
You know what I'm
it's got a
saying?
throwaway top.
You read my mind. I about to say a
I
little
got you.
throwaway. A little throwaway. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Little
Yeah,
throwaway
yeah, yeah,
V-neck.
little
Yeah, for
throwaway.
sure, for sure.
Okay, okay. And so, my next story here. Let's see what I got for y'all. So, you drink poppy, correct?
Every once in a while, because it's probiotic. So you gotta
So
you
it's
gotta take your time.
probiotic, but it's a soda, correct? A
Correct.
probiotic soda.
Correct. It's a
Okay,
yeah,
well,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
we can't let the industry doesn't let things, be on their own. They have to buy everything. So Pepsi said, "Hey, Poppy, we want some of that Poppy money. So we gonna give you 1.7 billion, and
Mm,
that's what it's gonna be. That's what it's gonna be.
that's
So they bought Poppy
pop.
for $1.7 billion.
That's a lot of pops.
That's a lot
That's a
of
lot of pops.
and
That's a
oh,
lot
I'm
of
sorry.
pops
Just
right
to
there.
if for the listeners, remember that Poppy started on Shark Tank. So this is a Shark Tank product, and I love when I see Shark
Mm,
Tank products come into fulfillment and get the
okay,
big giant sale that they're looking for. So congratulations
that's what's
on
up
both sides. I hope Pepsi
for
doesn't
sure.
change anything. No weird flavors, nothing weird. But I'm ready for it. It's
Okay, I
happening.
mean, I'm looking forward to it too. But as I look over,
Uh huh.
just to the side, the chat right now is going crazy. We got some people that have been chiming in. We got wellness with Giovanni. She says South
Oh.
Carolina, born and raised.
Uh
When
huh.
you was talking about the March Madness, we got Coach Terry Bryan in the chat.
Coach
Fred
Terry.
Jones, yeah, Fred Jones in the chat talking about that there's never been a perfect bracket. We got Raquel Smith. What's up? What's up? And then
Love
we
it.
got Coach YB. Peace and
Oh,
blessings. Peace
all
and blessings. So look,
right.
man, shout out to y'all in the chat.
How
Shout
y'all
out to
doing,
y'all.
y'all? How y'all doing?
Yeah,
All
chat
right.
fan.
Okay. So, not my last story, but if you have Google or Outlook, the FBI and the CIA have issued a
Mm.
joint bulletin warning that there is a Medusa ransomware gang. Um,
Ooh,
Yeah.
what
It's
in
been
the world?
active since 2021, and they've attacked over 300 victims as of February 2025. So
Yikes.
they target medical education, legal, insurance, technology, manufacturing organizations, and they use the emails to
Mm,
exploit people. So just being
wow.
aware, just putting that out there as a PSA. Be aware of what's going on in your email. Don't click. I wouldn't say don't click on everything, but just delete it. Okay, if it's not, if someone you don't know,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
delete
yeah.
it. Just delete it. We're at that
Stamina
time
at an
right
all-time high.
now where technology is just trying to take over everything. So make sure you are change your passwords, do whatever you
That
got to
part.
do, write your new
Yeah.
password down, but be aware of your email. So that was
Mm,
just a little PSA. Okay, and my last
man,
one, Jonathan. I don't think. Oh, I wanted to update you on this. Okay, so you know how
talk to me.
Michelle Obama, they started their podcast, her and her brother.
Uh-huh.
So there is another podcast out there called In My Own Opinion. Now
Okay.
hers is IMO with Michelle Obama and Craig Robinson. And so the In My Own Opinion podcast has knocked on the door of our forever first lady and said, "Can
Mm,
you change the name of your podcast?"
my. Yeah,
Right? What do
yeah.
you think of
Just
that? You're
I
okay.
mean,
You're a
y'all just
pod.
have
You're the podcast guru. Somebody said, Jonathan, I like this name. Change your name.
I mean, that's cool, but you just got to move out the way. You just have to change your own name because once she puts, first of all, they put their podcast out, they got
Uh-huh.
all the publicity. Like they got
That's
earned
true.
media, they got free media, they got paid media, and
Uh-huh.
I don't know who this other podcast is, but
I ain't
people,
never heard of them either.
that's what I'm saying. They gonna see Michelle Obama and her brother's podcast come up first.
Yeah.
So y'all might as well just create a different name.
Uh-huh.
Might as well just go ahead, give them that domain, and just
Uh-huh.
move on.
All right.
You gotta let it go. You're done.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
All
done.
right. All right. And last but not least, I got your girl Flage, right?
Flage, yeah, Flage,
Flage. Okay, so
Flage.
she has teamed up with Experian as a spokesperson for them to relieve debt for 5,000 families, totaling
Man,
$5 million to help
wow.
families in Louisiana.
Producer
So
Britt, this is NIL for good. This is NIL
this
for
is
good.
NIL for good. Yeah,
Okay.
she got what? She got rapper money. She got
She
the
got rapper money. She
uh huh.
got podcast money.
Oh, she do got a
She
podcast.
got the NIL on the court money.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, and apparently she helping people with the debt free money situation. So
Well, that's
hey,
good. That's good. You know,
Just
she went to
NIL for good.
LSU. She's helping the people down there. So, you know, go her. Go her. And my Women's History Month fact of the day was, of course, my mama. So, you know, she raised
That's what's
me.
up.
I'm amazing. She's amazing. My sister's amazing. We're all amazing women in my family. So, shout out to
Come
my
on,
mama
amazing women.
again. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. I hope she's
Yeah.
somewhere drinking something green. I hope she's really enjoying it right now. Okay.
Oh yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day, y'all. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I
Oh
know,
man,
I
I
know
guess
we
I need to
as
function.
black folks don't really celebrate St. Patrick's Day, but you know, I got a little green on for the occasion. What's
I got a
that?
little green. You can't
What's
see it.
that?
It's a little. It's right here on the pocket square. It's green though. It's
Mm.
green.
Okay, Coach
Yeah.
Terry, I think he playing tonight. All right, guys. So if you see anything if you saw anything scrolling and you want it featured on a show, send me a DM at producer Britt on Instagram or TikTok, and I will review it and I will put it in the lineup. All right. When
hmm
we come back, Jonathan, what we got coming up?
We got an exciting show tonight. We got Q the speaker. He's in our virtual building tonight. We're gonna bring him out. He has an amazing story, and he's gonna share a little bit about his background. And we're gonna get it. We're gonna get into all that with more speaker success after we come back from this commercial break. So don't go nowhere. Hit subscribe, and we'll see you in a minute. Looking for an exciting workout that's not only fun but makes you feel alive? It's time to step up your fitness. Extreme Hip Hop with Treese. That's your answer. This isn't your typical workout. Extreme Hip Hop with Treese is an energizing step workout that combines simple moves with fresh beats, both old and new, creating an atmosphere that makes fitness exciting. With a focus on all elements of fitness, cardio, muscular conditioning, flexibility, and balance, you're guaranteed to burn calories and get addicted to the energy. Extreme becomes your safe space, which is a welcome environment where everyone is accepted. It's where you can let go of those worries of the world and focus on getting healthy. Ready to get energized? Join Extreme Hip Hop with Treese today. All right, all right, all right. Family, welcome back to Speak Your Success. And just as I shared before, well, first of all, one last time, happy birthday to Mama. Happy birthday to Carla Turner, because she's a faithful supporter of the show, and we love her here at Speak Your Success. All right, y'all. All right. Y'all know that today is Monday Momentum, and we want to start your week off with a bang, with a kickstart. So, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to welcome out today's guest. As an award winning motivational speaker, Q, the speaker, specializes in equipping youth with the tools to overcome challenges, heal, and thrive. With a focus on resilience, mental health, and grief recovery, he empowers young minds to embrace growth and transformation. Drawing from his own inspiring journey, Q the Speaker creates a profound connection with his audience, instilling hope and delivering actionable strategies that foster emotional well being and personal development. With his true, impactful storytelling and proven methods, this makes him a sought after voice for inspiring change and building brighter futures. Without further ado, help me welcome to the Speak Your Success Show, Mr. Q the Speaker. Okay,
Woo!
flex on him then. Q, okay, flex on him. What's going on, Q? How we feeling?
I'm doing wonderful. First and foremost, thank y'all for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. I love the energy. So thank y'all. Thank
Yes,
y'all.
thank you.
I almost
Yeah,
forgot y'all
man.
was introducing me. It sounds so
Oh.
good.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Well, Q is it's great to get you on the show. Just like I was talking a little bit earlier, and I was just talking about how it was we first met. I'm not sure if it was a year or 2 years ago, but I remember we were at this meetup. This was the first time I met you. You came in. I was like, who is this young Thundercat? You came in. You had high energy, and then you just got up there and you just were spitting and you just were speaking life. So, man, Q, just talk to me a little bit, man, about where does this passion even come from for you personally, right? Because I didn't even know where the passion came from with your story and us meeting and getting connected originally.
Absolutely. So, again, thank you for having me. I believe that the passion came from, honestly, man, losing. You take so many losses in life, eventually you want to win. You got to be a self-determined person. And I
Mm,
truly believe that that's how I became so passionate. To be honest, I had no true idea or passion for wanting to be a speaker ever. Like it was never my passion. I mean, I was just talking about sports and March Madness. I was a football player. I don't know how I was going to get to the NFL at 5'6", 130 pounds, but I swear I was going like my whole like high school, everything. I'm like, man, I'm going to the league. I ain't trying to hear nothing else. So that was really my ultimate goal. And over time, when you start going through the trials and tribulations and trying to figure out this thing called life, I stumbled upon speaking. I really like to say God chose me to do it. To be honest, it was never something that I actually wanted to inquire.
Wow. Wow. So from football, and then you stumbled into speaking.
Right.
Hmm.
I mean, amongst getting in trouble as well. Like my whole youth coming up, man, I was a troublemaker, in and out of trouble, class clown, alternative schools, expelled from school. I mean, you name it, run-ins with the police, everything. Like I did it all.
So where was your switch?
To be honest, my mom passed away, so she passed away when I was 20. Happy birthday to your mom, by the way, as well.
Oh,
So
thank
definitely,
you. I
but yes,
appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah.
absolutely. But my mom passed away when I was 20, and she was the person who always tried to keep me on the right track. So I came from a single parent household, and you know the old saying, you don't really know what you have until it's gone. At a very young age, my mom
Mhm.
always tried to instill in me the right things to do. I
Mhm.
always give my mother the utmost respect and credit. Everything I chose to do, she never raised me to do. I was one of those guys like, hey, the stove hot, don't touch the stove. I wanted to know what was so important about not touching this stove, so I'm gonna go touch it. So
She
that was
said,
really
"Don't
me.
do
And then,
it, Q." She said,
I
"Don't
mean, I gotta be
do
honest. She always told me don't touch the stove. I'm like, well,
it.
what's so? Am I really gonna burn my hand? So I went over there and I had to burn my hand. I'm gonna just be honest. I
Yeah.
had to
Mhm.
burn my head. And
Mhm.
she instilled a lot of things in me early in life. And the older I get, I'm 28 years old now, and I feel like she knew she probably was going to pass away long before she told me, or long before
Mm.
she was ever diagnosed with stage 3 cancer. Because I was like 14, and she was giving me like grown man principles. I'm like,
Oh
Mom,
wow.
like be quiet. Like, oh my, it just always sounded like she was nagging. But now when I look back on these things, I'm like, everything she taught me then prepared me for now.
Wow. Wow. And in your mom, I know you spoke about. Well, I know you talked about in your book. I know you really broke down in your book a little bit about your mom. Talk a little bit about that. Q.
What, my book or my mom?
Yeah, because I know your mom was part of what you talked about in your book. So just talk about what was one of the principles that stuck with you that she gave you that you put into the book. Because I know there's a connection.
Absolutely. I mean, one thing my mom, I go and speak at schools and say this all the time, but one thing
Talk
my
about
mom kind of taught me, I have this one method in there called GPA, goals, plans, and actions, right? Which I created myself, but that was a principle my mom always taught me was to have a goal. I don't care what you do, do something. Like you need to have some type of goal of what you're gonna do and put some action behind it. Go do something. So I created it myself. But that was one of the principles she always taught me. Like she didn't care if it was a job, if it was gonna be going to the league or something, but she just always felt like, listen, running around in these streets ain't nothing out there. You need to find something you want to do. She tried to teach me how to cut hair. I wish I'd have
it.
actually picked up on the trade. My mom tried to. I was so mad, and I've never even told anybody this story. One time I was like 13 years old. My mom bought me a pair of clippers for Christmas. Oh, I was
Wow.
so frustrated with her. I was furious. I'm like, what I'm gonna do with this? She was like, boy, you better learn you a trade or something. I'm like, I'm not trying to hear that. So definitely,
Wow.
man, my mom, man, she instilled so much stuff in me, bro. Just staying out of trouble. She also taught me about what I go speak at schools now about. I call it the dang if day. And my mom
Mm.
always taught me like the reason I say dang if day is because dang is used to emphasize emotion, right? So frustration, disappointment, anger. And then if is a conditional clause, basically meaning if you could have the situation back, you would do it differently. So my
Mm.
mom taught me you don't ever want to run into that day because we
Mm.
make so many mistakes and then we look back on things and we say, man, dang, if I just would have done it this way, you wouldn't be in the situation you in. And how many times have we all, that's something we can all relate to. Everybody
That's
has had
good.
the dang if. I don't care if you done cracked your phone, dropped it on the ground, or got in a car wreck before. Just anything. You like, man, if I wouldn't have just done
That's
That's
this, I
good.
wouldn't have been in
good.
that
That's
situation.
good. I like how you
That's real
describe the
good.
dang. That's really good.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
and cute. Yeah, cute. And And I mean, with your storytelling ability, like
Mm.
where was your entry point into learning how to speak? Like you got involved in a program, or you had a mentor. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. My entry point actually into speaking was social media, Instagram to be exact. So after my
Oh.
mom passed, I went through every phase: depression, secondhand suicidal, just everything. It was like I always describe it as, imagine being born with one leg and then that leg get cut off. You don't know how to walk no more. I was in a single parent household. The only woman I ever knew, I lost that at 20 years old. So I was really lost, and I was like, I gotta get myself out of this. So I remember just sitting on the bed talking to God one day. I was staying with my grandma at the time, and it was me and it was seven other people there. I slept
Mm.
on a twin bed in the living room. Me and my cousin. I slept on one, he slept on the other. I'm talking about beds so small, like if you turn left or right, you falling off the bed. You
Oh, that's
sleep
small.
in the military, like you stuck.
Mhm.
There ain't no, you can't
Military.
move too much.
Yeah.
No, I'm being serious. So
That's real. That's real.
Yeah.
throughout that process, man, I just started getting on YouTube, and I wanted to encourage myself. I wanted to uplift myself. I've always been a self-motivated person. And I ended up finding people like Eric Thomas, Inky Johnson,
Mhm.
Jeremy Anderson. And I started listening to their videos. I didn't take a
Wow.
class, no program. I just started listening to their videos. And they helped me to actually get the courage to help myself out of my own situations.
Hmm.
And once I
Mm.
got to that point, I said, you know what? I'm going to try to write a book about this, and I became a self-published author. So I literally took my phone one day, went in the bathroom, set it up, and started talking. And I started getting views, likes, comments. And then one of my boys who have a program for youth football in South
Mhm.
Dallas, he called me one day and he was like, yo, you want to come speak to like a group of 50 or 60 kids? Never
Wow.
Mm.
spoke in front of a crowd in my life. I was
Uh-huh.
like 21 years old. I'm like, sure, I'll come. And that was my entry point.
Wow, that is
Wow.
amazing. So was it
Wow.
when you did your first speaking engagement in front of 50 people, 50 kids, were
Man.
you nervous? You were good at that
Absolutely.
point? Yeah.
Oh my God. I think I did terrible. I think I did. Now that I know what I know now, I felt
Mm.
like I
Yeah.
did terrible.
Yeah.
But when I look back on it,
Mhm.
even at the time like then, they were like, man, you did amazing. The
Yeah.
young men, they were interested, and I was able to
Mhm.
give them some, instill some things in them, and give them actual principles that they can carry on with them throughout life. They probably still remember something
Mm.
from that day to this day. Like, but
Wow.
they enjoyed it, so definitely. But from there, I never looked back.
And
What?
so when you spoke with them at your first engagement, did you implement your goal acronym then?
No, I don't think
Cuz
so.
I
I'm not
like
sure.
that. Can you break that down? Can you say every letter?
Absolutely. A GPA. So when I go to schools, I always use this little trick question and I ask the students, what does GPA stand for? And they're going to say grade point average, right? And then that's the
Uh-huh.
trick. I'm like, well, at least y'all know something. Make a little joke and say, and I'm like, well, at this point, that's not what that means in this particular scenario. And I
Mhm.
tell them, even if you want to have a good grade point average, you need another GPA, a goal, a plan, and an action. And the
I
goal
like
is
that.
and the goal is a objective you set that you want to achieve. The
Mhm.
plan is the well thought out idea on how you're going to achieve the goal. I
Mhm.
always
Mhm.
tell people literally, the goal is where you want to go. The plan is the transportation, right? So if we're all on this podcast right now and I say, hey, let's go out of town. First thing we're going to figure out is where we're going. So if we say
Mhm.
Jamaica, Africa,
Mhm.
wherever we're going, that is the goal.
Mhm.
Then we
Mhm.
have to put together a plan. We got to start packing. We got to start saving money. We got to figure out, are we going on a cruise? We taking a boat, a train, a
Right.
plane? So what does that transportation look like for you? What is the plan in order to get to the goal? And last but not least, I always tell people the easy but hardest to do is the action. Because you can put the goals, you can have the plans, you can stare at the goal board all day. But if you ain't going to
Right.
execute on nothing, none
True.
of what you wrote down, it's just
Mhm.
words. It's just
That's
words
true.
and letters. So
Well, so so with you being somebody who's self-motivated,
Mhm.
how do you push yourself past, okay, I have the goal, I have the idea, but how do you push yourself past just stopping there? And how do you push yourself, to getting to the action? Because Q, a lot of people, they got a lot of
Mhm.
goals, start off the year, this year I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. But you being self-motivated, like talk to us on Moment of Monday. Talk to us, Q. Like, how do you
absolutely.
get past? How do you get past that point of planning and taking action?
Absolutely. I truly believe it's just one step at a time. And literally, whether you feel like it, whether you don't, actually going out and doing the thing that you said you were going to do. I said this speech years ago. If you're in a room and you have a goal and a plan, and your plan is your back is on this wall and you want to walk across the room, eventually you're going to have to take a step forward. You can talk about how you're going to take a step forward, you can put a plan together, but eventually you're going to have to start walking. And I'm one of them people, I'm going to be honest, I want to fail fast. Throw me out there, I'll learn as I go. I failed. I
I like that.
wasted thousands of dollars trying to release a self-published book. Bro, I've done
Mhm.
speeches and I wasn't prepared, got up there and failed, and I'm like, man, that was trap. But I wanna fail fast. I wanna learn as I go.
Mm.
I like that.
Have you always had that mindset, or was it this something that you learned along the way with like the fail fast mindset?
I haven't always had that mindset. I've kind of incorporated that over the years, but I have always been a natural born leader and self motivator. So they do
Mm.
kind of, you know,
Hand in
coincide. So,
hand. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely. So I
So,
will
what are
say
some
that.
hiccups that you've had along the way of your speaking journey?
Oh my God, several. Where do you want to start? You want to start with the book? I bought several ISBN numbers, which is basically the social security number to your book.
Uh huh.
Mm.
Figuring out how much does it cost. Paying for programs in order to figure out how to be self-published. And when I got done, I probably spent about 3 to 5 thousand, only to figure out it
Wow.
probably only took about $500 to $1,000 to release a book.
Mhm.
Wow.
That's true.
Right.
That's true.
Wow.
That's
So
true.
Most
you would
definitely.
say just like the internet, what you saw on the internet, going by all that stuff, and you're like, let me do this because I saw someone do this, or let me do this because I googled that, and then it's like you just
Absolutely.
putting money down, money down, money down, and all you needed was 500.
Absolutely. Because I've always
Mm.
been a person to say, I mean, it's only one or two ways that you're going to get something accomplished.
Yeah.
Either you're going to take the time out to do it yourself,
Mm-hmm.
or you're going to pay the people who already know how to do it. But the
Yeah.
problem with that in today's society is you will pay people to complete a task for you. And they will
Mm.
give you the most basic information. And you're
Or
like,
they're not
bro, I could have.
credible. Or they're not
Yes, so they're
Oh.
credible.
not credible, and it's
Oh
like, bro, the
Oh.
information you gave me, I could have got off of like a YouTube
yeah.
video. Like it wasn't very in
Oh.
depth or nothing like that. Like like
Exactly.
There is some of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, there
so
is some of that because I could have sat there and Googled it and went on YouTube just like you did, and I'm
exactly.
paying
Now
you.
I will pay for someone who actually knows like concrete, detailed stuff. Like, hey, first you need to do this, do that, but not just,
Mm.
hey, first thing you need to do is open your computer and Google this. Like, bro, was that really the advice you gave? I paid you $500-$600 for you to tell me search this up. So I went through that process. Man, with speaking, I
Mhm.
was initially thinking that I had a story. I came from a hard time, and I could just speak. So I ran into a lot of hiccups with that as well because I would speak, but I wasn't really getting to an objective or point. So I had to get into these programs and to learn how to construct an actual message and how to
Mhm.
deliver it to people instead of just going up there speaking and it sound like I got a depressing story and I just come from hard
Right.
times.
Right.
So I
Right.
learned that along the way as well.
Understood. Understood. Well, guys, please ask your questions for Q in the chat. If you have any questions for him, put it in the chat. We're gonna answer questions when we come back. We're gonna take a quick break. I'm loving this conversation with Q the speaker, right,
You the speaker, bow, bow, bow. Yeah, man. Yeah,
Jonathan?
just telling the story, giving it like it is, giving it like it
Man,
is.
I'm
I'm
loving
loving.
y'all too, man. It's amazing. We having fun, man.
Great.
Fun tonight.
I appreciate it. All right, guys, we're gonna take a quick commercial break and we will be right back.
Do you want to feel confident in your skin every day? Introducing Skin Rituals, a luxury home-based skin studio that specializes in hyperpigmentation, acne, and personalized treatments for every skin type. Owned by solo esthetician and registered nurse Courtney Durham, Skin Rituals is all about curating facial treatments designed just for you. Hydrate, brighten, nourish, and soothe your skin with expert care and cutting edge techniques that promote natural healing. Whether you're looking for a relaxing facial or a transformative chemical peel, Skin Rituals offers results driven treatment tailored to your needs. With over 7 years of experience, Courtney's goal is to help you safely achieve the healthy skin that you deserve. At Skin Rituals, we believe that taking care of your skin is an investment in your confidence. Book your appointment today and leave every session feeling grateful for the choice that you made to take care of yourself. Skin Rituals, because your skin deserves the very best. All right, family. Welcome back to Speak Your Success. Tonight is Monday Momentum. We're here tonight with Q, the speaker, and he is somebody who specializes in equipping the youth with tools to overcome their challenges, heal, and thrive. Q, my man.
Yes,
So
sir.
one thing I want to just talk with you about, because I know we're talking a little bit about the speaking, and just like we're talking about a little offline, one thing I can appreciate about you is that you always are authentic, right? When you walk into the room, and I feel like that's even the reason why you might not have felt you left a great impact on those youth you first spoke to, but I know you did because you're always authentic. You're always true to yourself. Where did you learn like how just to operate in that or how to own like who you are, no matter what room you're in?
Again, great question, by the way. But again, it comes back to my mother. I got to give her all the credit. I mean, I think so much so she instilled that in me that it came back and bit her in the butt. Because at a point in time, she taught me to always speak up. Don't never let nobody make you feel disrespected.
Mm.
Disrespected if you're in an uncomfortable position, you need to speak out. Until I started doing it with her, now she's like, "Hold on, now you're being disrespectful. You don't talk back to me." So, but she was the
But can't
one
do
who
that to your
truly
mama.
taught me these. Yeah, so then I had to kind of figure out that balance. Like, all right, well, so yeah, I would definitely give it to her. When I go speak places, I have this catchphrase that I always use. It's on my Instagram as well. I'm gonna speak on it. That's my catchphrase. I say that at the end of like every speech I make,
Mm-hmm.
and I say that because when it comes to like you said, authenticity, I like to go to school people
Yes,
uncomfortable
Q.
truths.
I want you to dive in on that. What you do with the
Okay,
youth at yep, you're going in the right direction. Go ahead.
okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay. So I um I came up with that because a lot of times, right, if you go to school, we was all in school at one point. You have the people who are telling you like, go to college, you can be whatever you want to
Mm-hmm.
be an astronaut, and nothing's wrong with college
Sure.
at all. I definitely think you should go to college, pursue your dreams. But I think that the average speaker has all of this good stuff to tell you to instill, which is
Mhm.
amazing. And I think I needed a different twist because my mom passed away when I was 20 when I was 20, but she got sick with stage 3 cancer when I was in high school. I was 17. So I
Mm.
came up with the term. I'm gonna speak on it because I like to have the uncomfortable truths with the conversations. Who's speaking to the young lady who's getting molested at home? Who's speaking to the young man who every morning when I woke up, I didn't know if I was gonna walk in the room one day and my mom wasn't gonna be breathing. What about the young man whose family who's really poor and
Mm-hmm.
his mom has 5 or 6 kids and they don't know how they're gonna eat tonight, or the young lady who they lights off at home. They not thinking about college. They don't know how to go out here and chase their dreams and be the best they can be. They trying to figure out how to get from today to tomorrow.
Right.
And
Mhm.
that's very unfortunate. And I was one of them people who was in that situation. So when I would hear speakers, I'm like, I would tune out. Man, you're not talking to me. I don't relate to you. My
Mm.
life
Wow.
hard. I'm struggling. So
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Man. So is that some of the same work that you, or are those some of those same topics and areas of focus, just like what producer Britt was asking about, that you, when you get the opportunity to partner with, the juvenile centers and individuals who might be in those type situations, is that some of the same content that
absolutely.
you give?
And how tough is it to talk to these kids?
To be honest, when you're real and you're being yourself, is not
Mm-hmm.
as hard as people think. Because like I said,
Mm.
I'm in a certain type of niche, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
targeting a certain crowd and I'm talking to them, and they're very receptive because
Mm-hmm.
of the thing. It's reality. I
Right.
don't want to
Mm.
come in here and tell you about all of the good things about life. I'm kind of one of the people like, hey, you got 2 streets. So you
Mm.
already down the bad street. Let me tell you how it's a dead end at the end. I want to
Right.
talk to you. You already
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
headed down the wrong direction or your life is already hard. Let me
Mm-hmm.
show you how you might want to turn it around because I know it's at the end of that road. If you want to go down it still, by all means, be my guest. But
Mm-hmm.
before you do that, let me come try to inspire you and tell you, hey, you still have an opportunity to turn your life around. So
I like that.
Powerful.
That's very touching.
Yeah.
And how
thank you.
often are you at the juvenile center?
Uh, I've probably been to the juvenile centers about 3 or 4 times, but literally whenever I get calls, it's
Hmm.
all different type of things because I don't just speak at juvenile centers. I
Right.
actually
Mhm.
just left Lusteric Courthouse speaking for first time felony offenders in front of about
What?
like, oh yeah, caseworkers, attorneys,
Uh huh.
judges, and about 50 or 60 offenders in the audience talking to them.
Mm.
Mm.
Q, you everywhere.
Oh yeah, detention centers,
Uh huh.
school districts,
Yes.
juveniles, court systems. I'm everywhere. I'm
Yes.
Athletic
everywhere.
teams.
Athletic teams,
Athletic
football
team.
programs, basketball programs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. All right, Jonathan, you want to get to these questions? Q,
Let,
we got
let,
some
us go ahead
questions
and get
for
into
you.
some of the questions. Let's get into some of the questions. First up, we have Fred Jones, Esquire, and he said, question: did you register your book manuscript, and did you get a copyright certificate for your book?
Hmm.
That is actually a great question. I want to say I believe I did. Again, I went through apps like Fiverr, paid people to do certain things, so I
Mm-hmm.
would say that I think I did, but honestly, I'm not sure. But I'm glad you asked me that question because that's actually something I'm going to check on tonight. Because I released my book 4 years ago. I released a book when I was 24. I'm 28, so
Mm-hmm.
that's never been a question that was asked to me. I more
Yeah.
so usually get people asking me how do they release a book. That's
Right.
a new one, so I like that. That was a good
Because
question. I have to check on
because
that.
Dr. Fred Jones is a published author, correct?
Yeah, he's probably helped over thousands of people self publish. Because that's my dad. He helped me publish and everything like that. And he,
Oh,
like that's his whole lane, his whole industry. Help
Mm-hmm.
authors become self published. Help authors become bestsellers overnight. Yeah,
well,
that's my
pops,
dad.
we need to have a sit down. We need to meet up then. I think, but you might have said something that's why I said you got me. That was a good question. I'm like, oh, I don't know. I'm gonna have to check on that one. I really don't know.
All
For
right,
sure, for
Jonathan, our
sure.
second question.
Yeah. Okay. So our second question is wellness with Giovanni, and she asks, "How did you identify your main topic for speaking, and how did you grow your skills?"
That's a good one.
Great
Mhm.
question. So, first and foremost, how did I identify my main topic? I always tell people you have things that you're probably passionate about that you
Mm-hmm.
want to speak about, and then
Mhm.
you have things that are like naturally God given to you.
Hmm.
So, coming from where I come from and doing the things I've done, I had certain things I was passionate about speaking about, but I ended up finding out just out of going and speaking at different places like, hey, this is home for me. People who are going through hard times in life. So it was something that I could relate to. It was my story. So it was natural. I didn't have to
Mm.
make up stories and try to sound convincing to people. It was something that I was already dealing with. So I resonated with that crowd. And how did I
Mm.
grow my skills? That I'm going to be completely honest about. I invested in different speaking courses. That's actually how I met Jonathan. So I went through Game Changers. I went through Next Level Academy, just different things in order to actually figure out how to craft this story and deliver it in a way that just helps the young men and young women out there. So that is definitely how I grew my skills.
So, with
For sure.
talking with young men and young women, do you have patience?
Oh yeah, for sure. I do. I do.
Okay.
My patience is that's a great question, but I phrase it like this, right?
Uh huh. Uh huh.
You always have a. I don't care if I go speak to a room of 100 people. Everybody in the room is not listening.
Yeah.
That's
And what
true.
I had to realize was that at a point in time, I would stress myself out trying to get everyone to listen. But
Mm-hmm.
again, the term I'm gonna speak on it, the uncomfortable truths. I've literally went into juveniles and went to prisons and had to tell young men, some of them in
Man.
there doing this, they like this. And I'm like, truth be told, some of y'all are gonna end up dead in jail. It's unfortunate. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
trying to
Man.
project
Mm-hmm.
that onto you, but this is reality.
Right.
Some of you
Right.
young women are really going to get pregnant in high school, and you had a bright future in front of you, and it's gonna all go downhill. This is reality.
Yeah, that's
Some of
facts.
you,
Mm.
your
That's
parents are
real.
truly going to pass away, and some are going to be homeless. Some of us gonna have best friends, and we're gonna break apart. We're gonna fall out. Some of us are gonna pass away at
Mm-hmm.
18. You've seen it.
Right.
you've been
Yes,
in
sir.
high school with people who've died, and you like, man, life is short. So
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
keep that in mind as well. So as I'm speaking, sometimes I'm like, hey, you don't gotta listen to me. But I will try to resonate with them a little bit. So if I ever catch a guy or a young lady on their phone or twisting their hair or acting like they zoned out, I'll be like, yeah, and to the people back, I won't never say names though, but I look in the crowd and say, yeah, I see some of y'all on your phones and you don't care. Watch, you
Mhm.
gonna be the main person to fail this class again. Then they look up like, oh,
Mm.
let me put my phone down.
I like
Keep
that.
talking to
Real
me.
talk with Q. I like it.
I like, yeah,
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah. So Q, what's next? What you got coming
Talk
up?
to
What's
us.
going
Speak
on? We got
on it.
the book.
Absolutely. What's next is being traveling around the world and being one of the top
Okay.
speakers. That's
Uh-huh.
what's
Mm.
next. I want to go state to state, city to city. Texas is so big right now. I'm kind of on a mission to conquer all of Texas. I want to impact hundreds of thousands of students, and I want to take. I mean, you could speak in Texas for years probably without leaving. With the
True.
amount of middle schools, high schools, elementaries. I mean, Texas is so big. So
Mhm.
that's really what's next for me is taking it one step at a time,
Mhm.
starting in my state, in my city, and just conquering everything out here, and then branching out.
Can you
I
tell the
love it.
people where they can find you? Instagram, your website, where can they buy your book?
Absolutely. So you can find me on all platforms at Q the Speaker. I don't care if it's my website, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter,
Mhm.
Facebook, LinkedIn. Everything is on one accord. Cue the
Right.
speaker. And you can find my book there as well. The name of my book is The Poisoned Dreamer. And this is my book right here.
All right.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Well, Q, thank you
Man,
so much for coming on with us tonight. I appreciate your
most
story.
definitely.
Real time with
Yeah.
Q. I like it. Real talk.
Real time.
Like it.
I might
Real
have to
time,
take that
real
into
talk.
consideration.
You
I
can
might
have it.
have
You
to
can
take
have
that
it.
into consideration. I'm telling Jonathan, I've been telling you, that's my next
Hey,
project. I need to get on this podcast wave and start
hey,
bringing people in. And
say, Q, the people need it. The people need it, especially just like how you bringing it real,
Mhm.
raw, relevant,
Mhm.
and you're coming from a different angle. Q, come on, it's Q time.
it's
Okay,
that
it's Q
time,
time.
huh?
Yeah,
I
it's
Yeah,
don't
Q
got the watch
time.
on, but
Yeah.
it's that time.
it's
Most
Q.
definitely. Most
Yeah,
definitely.
man.
And one last thing. I
Uh-huh. What you
always
got?
tell people this is one thing I live by as well. This is my brand. No
Mhm.
complaining before 10 a.m. Forever
Mm.
alive. This is one thing I stand by as well. This is how I keep myself motivated as well. I actually
I
use
love that.
this through setting reminders, and
Mhm.
it just kind of became trendy to me. And then I started saying it every day, putting it on shirts, and people started buying it. So no complaining before 10 a.m. I always believe if you starting your morning off already complaining and you negative, you're gonna ruin your whole day.
Whole
So
day
Mm,
gone. Yeah. And
that's true.
they can buy that
That's
on your
true.
website?
absolutely,
All right. QU one stop shop. All right, Jonathan. Right to you
All
for
right.
your final thought. Thank you so much, Q.
Thank you, Q.
absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Most definitely. All right, family. All right. So, man, Q just came in, just gave us some motivation, some momentum on this Monday, y'all, and we're gonna keep that same energy. So, just like Q said, his brand said it all. No complaining before 10 a.m. So, understanding the people we're connected with, the people that's around us, let's understand that the energy we put out, that's the energy they're gonna take on. So, y'all, let's not complain. Let's keep it upbeat and find somebody who might be not having the best day and just give them a little uplifting, give them a little hug, give them a little bit of encouragement. Tell them you love them. But y'all, until next time, we're coming right back tomorrow with more Speak Your Success. It's going to be Teach Me Tuesday. And y'all know it's a free masterclass here every single Tuesday. Hit the subscribe button just down below. And family, remember, speak your success, believe in your greatness, and please continue to create the life and business of your dreams. Why would you and why should you live any other